How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. RJ here, back with another Fallout Shelter online video. In this video, I'm going to discuss some small tips on how you can improve your damage in your rescue mission or your guild boss events. As you can see, my guild is at Wave 5 Boss 2, and I'm going to show you guys my lineup and how I use my lineup, and maybe some of those tips you can use in your lineup as well. Of course, there are many optimum lineups with different attachments that you can use, but some of my tips will be general. And also, I'll be making more guild boss event videos, so I'll be chopping up my tips into short videos. So let's start with this Wave 2 boss. So I'll be using a recording of my playthrough to show you guys what I do inside the rescue mission fight. The reason why I'm using a recording is so that I can pause, rewind, and fast forward the video so that I can go back or fast forward to some scenes that I want to emphasize. So first off, right off the bat, before we even land the first attack, I suggest that you put it into autoplay. Okay, this might sound weird, but because I'm using Piper with an Overseer's Initiative attachment, she will use her skill at the very first second, and I want her to use it without wasting any time, so I'll use the autoplay. As you can see, she will immediately use her skill, and then I turn off autoplay immediately after. Now, another tip, especially if you're in the higher waves, wave 4 or wave 5, the boss is hit for a lot of damage, so I'm using a tank for this specific boss because no other dweller of mine can resist the damage. As you can see, one hit on my Kate deals 20,000 damage. If some other dweller tricks that hit, maybe Neraya, she can tank for some time. In the weaker bosses, it will give her around 27,000 damage. And look at the attack speed of this monster. If you can survive the boss's hit, put a tank in front, preferably Kate because she can stun, and also she does quite a bit of damage given an attack focus attachment. So let me just rewind a bit to show you guys how I use my skills or my AP. So Piper uses her skill which boosts the attack speed of my team as well as increase the lifesteal and also damage. So for the first few seconds, you just let your dwellers attack. Make sure that your tank is surviving. Okay, so don't immediately use Kate's skill. I'm not using Kate's skill immediately. Primarily use Kate's skill to save her from a killing hit and also to lifesteal. But since I don't need it that just yet, I'm not using it. And next tip, if the boss does AoE attacks that deals damage but not necessarily huge damage that it can kill your dwellers, take it. Don't prevent it from happening. Just for this case, the boss is charging up its Radiation Spit attack, which will attack all of my dwellers. However, all of my dwellers are full HP, so I can take that hit. So why would you want to take a hit from the boss? If you look at Preston, his AP is almost full, but he's not about to attack. Once he receives the damage, he gets AP. If you watch my video from how AP works, getting attack will give you AP. So as you can see, Preston now has full AP, which I immediately use his skill. Just as the first hit of Preston's skill hits, there's a debuff that removes the boss's armor. Then that's the time that I will use the other dweller skill. So at first I use Piper to boost the damage of all my dwellers, and then immediately use Kate and Desdemona's skill. And then right after I use Neraya's skill, which heals and gives barrier, but also by using the Apothecary set, all of my team except Neraya will receive 20% AP. So that's essentially my strategy for this boss. So it will be rinse and repeat. So since I got the 20% AP and the attack speed bonus, Preston's skill is ready again. Use it. And then wait for Piper to use her skill and then immediately use Kate. Okay, take note of the time because the boss will change his attack pattern from depending on how much HP it has and in what time. So around this minute, you will turn into a puking monster that doesn't do normal attacks anymore. Okay, another tip, if you can see here, I'm spamming Piper because I know that I will be using her skill. Even if Naraya's skill goes up first, I'm still going to use Piper's skill first so that I can still receive the 20% AP from the Apothecary set. Because if your dweller is already full in AP, it won't go up to 120. So that 20% AP from the Apothecary set is useless. And Another tip, if you know that that dweller that you want to use the skill is coming up and there's no other dweller that you want to use, start to spam click that dweller skill. For example, Piper is about to have full AP. So as you can see here in the middle of the screen, item is being used, so I'm spamming her right now. Look at Piper's skill. Did you see that it was full? No, it wasn't. I was able to use her skill even though it was not full. Why? Because there is a lag between the increase in AP, this yellow bar going up, and then the actual full AP. Maybe a millisecond or a point 0.5 millisecond delay before that yellow bar goes up to full. I was able to spam click the skill even though the visual delay of the yellow bar going up is delayed. Also, this boss is actually killing itself right now because the puking attack is not really doing enough damage for me to worry about. And of course, as long as I receive damage, I will receive defensive AP, which will help my dwellers use their skills faster. So another thing to note is to please take note of the skill delay when using your skills. Preston's skill has a delay from once you click him from the first damage, because he still needs to summon the Minutemen, and also the bullets need to travel to the boss. So take note of that before using some other offensive skills, because the armor reduction is applied once the first bullet hits. For the purposes of this example, I'm using Desdemona as a substitute for the Guild Mercenary. So I'm in a Minuteman guild, and that mercenary attacks at 4 seconds the same as Desdemona's attacks. Because this is just a demo, I'm not going to finish this attack. I don't want to waste my guild mercenary. If you're not sure of your team, or you want to practice your timings on how to use your skills and what the boss will do, I suggest that you close your application, your game, and do it all over again. If you did not know, you can close the game while fighting the boss, and it will make it so that you didn't attack. Meaning, your 3 chances a day will not be wasted. So you can practice as many times as you want as long as the boss doesn't die in between your session and you don't run out of time. So as you can see here, I have 2 seconds left. And the last second, I close the application and go back to the menu screen or to the wallpaper of my cell phone, or in this case, my emulator. So now this is my main attack. So the damage will be recorded. I will not be cancelling this one. The difference between this and the first clip is I'm using the Guild Mercenary now instead of Desdemona. So my strategy here is to first use Preston's skill to lower the boss's defenses, and then quickly use the Guild Mercenary skill with increased damage because of the lower defense. And also, if you don't know, the Guild Mercenary also reduces the defense of the boss. So once the first mortar of the Guild Mercenary has hit, I will then use Kate's skill for increased damage. And then quickly use Naraya and Piper's skill as well, so that Preston can use his skill again. And then rinse and repeat using the Guild Mercenary. Don't forget to use Piper's skill before using the Guild Mercenary if it's available, so that it has increased damage. Now, thanks to Naraya's Apothecary set and Piper's increased attack speed, Preston is already ready to use his skill, even though I just used the Guild Mercenary skill. This also means that the reduced armor from the Guild Mercenary is still in effect, so Preston will deal a lot more damage. So as you can see, he's dealing 8,651 damage per hit, so that's 8,651 times 9. Again, time that the first hit of the Guild Mercenary's mortar will also coincide with Kate's first hit of the attack, just to do that min-maxing of the damage. With this combo, the bosses almost always reduced armor. So you guys may be wondering why I'm using Piper instead of Desdemona or some other attacker. The reason is because of this guild mercenary and his damage. Look at this damage, 55,816 times the 7 hits that he'll be making. That's more than 350,000 damage per use of his skill. We have to consider that this 55,816 will be lower if Piper is not here because Piper's skill increases the damage of that skill. Also, imagine Piper's attack speed increase will allow the guild mercenary to use his skill once or twice more in the span of 2 minutes. So that's 350,000 damage per skill times 2 if he uses it 2 extra times because of Piper. That's 700,000 damage attributable to Piper. That's just for the guild mercenary. Piper will also increase the attack speed and damage of Preston. Now if Preston is doing that 100,000 damage per skill, and he uses his skill once or twice more in that span of 2 minutes, that's another 200,000 damage attributable to Piper. And we still haven't factored in that the attack speed increase and damage increase also is in effect when they are doing the normal attack. And we still have to factor in that Kate and Neraya is also being affected by Piper's skill. So in this engagement, we can safely assume that Piper is dealing 1 million damage indirectly just because of her skill. And as far as I have experienced, no single attacker can deal 1 million damage without Piper's boss. So in effect, Piper is actually one of the strongest attacker in Guild Boss as long as you partner her with great damage dealers. So that's it for this video guys. I hope this video was helpful. Comment down below your tips on how to increase the damage in your Guild Boss or how to survive. I'll be making a lot more videos like this but featuring a different boss. Thanks for watching. Bye!